How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the House Business Podcast 2.0. It's your host, Caleb Thompson. And I would like to thank everyone like I usually do. Well, I have to get better at this, especially at the introduction. I've done this a million times. There's over 24 episodes, and no, we're still we're still starting from point one. But we're looking for progress, not perfection. But everybody, welcome to the House of Business Podcast 2.0, the place where we give you the knowledge and the tools to execute your dreams and visions. This is your host, Caleb Thompson. Today we're going to have a good one for you. Today we're going to dive a little bit deeper. So on our previous episodes, we talk about business, we've talked about inventory, we've talked about the overnight myth of like someone just hitting the jackpot and they just become this big business tycoon. Everything just happened overnight. We talked about so many subjects that has to do with small business. I'm not sure if we got the corporate budgeting yet, but we will get to that. We will get to some financial episodes where we talk about finance, especially in small business. This was originally created for small business owners or up-and-coming entrepreneurs, or those who would like to adopt the mindset of an entrepreneur, moving into business or moving into creating a business and flourishing in that business from the bottom, and us just being with you on that journey, pouring knowledge into you to help you to sharpen you in some kind of way. If we had some type of information that we could give you to help you further along your journey, that's what we're here for. We're not here to judge you. We're not here to belittle you. We're not here to say you're not doing this right, you're not doing that right. But what we are here to say is that we are here to offer information that we know that works, and our hope is that you adopt it. Our hope is that you accept it and apply. Like to say, eat the meat and leave the bones. Take what you can to apply to your situation. Everything that we discuss here is not going to apply to your immediate situation or the stage that your business is at currently, or it's not going to even apply to your mindset currently where you are. But adopt and take whatever you can. Eat the meat, leave the bones, and just apply what you can. So that's what we're here for at the House of Business Podcast. And we just appreciate everyone for coming. Appreciate everyone for being a part of this podcast. All the subscribers. I believe now we're at 20 subscribers and maybe a little less. I'm not sure. But we are just starting out. This podcast hasn't been up long. But subscribe, like, share, subscribe our channel. Subscribe to our channel. We would appreciate it. And share it. Share it with others as well. So thank you for that. But this episode is called Beyond Motivation, Building Discipline That Delivers. Beyond motivation, building discipline that delivers. And I'm going to give you 3 talk points. These 3 talk points they're gonna help you to understand the difference between being motivated and being disciplined. And which one helps you further along and that lasts long. So we're going to start off with talk point number 1, and that the myth of constant motivation, why it's not enough. I'm going to tell you why. Because motivation is a temporary high, but discipline is the embodiment of that high. So I'm going to help you to understand something when we're talking about motivation and when we're talking about discipline. And this is something that I didn't really understand before. The way that you start to cultivate or start to gradually develop discipline is by learning how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. And I don't mean, what I mean by that is while you're doing something productive that benefits you. I'm not saying sit around a group of friends and you don't drink anymore and you're sitting there and you're saying I'm disciplining myself not to drink. No, you're placing yourself in a position to go backwards. If you hang around the barbershop long enough, not 10 times out of 10 you're going to want to get a haircut as well. So I'm telling you this, that's not what I mean. I mean, when you are aiming towards a goal, a goal that you are focused in on, that you don't want to do. You really don't want to do it. But being comfortable in that uncomfortable situation, in that uncomfortable moment, that you make a decision that I'm going to do this anyway. And in the midst of in the midst of pursuing what could would ultimately benefit you. Some people know things benefit them, but that doesn't give them the discipline, help them develop the discipline or even the motivation to accomplish those things. They know they have a good end result, and they know it's beneficial to them, not only to their personal life but also to their business as well, because it always starts at the root. You are the root, and your business is the fruit. Just think of you being the root to a tree, and your business and everything that happens in that business, from the company culture to the hires to to the financial budgeting to the marketing. That is the fruit of who you are at your core, the person who created the business. You are the root of the business, and everything that happens inside of the business itself, is the fruit of the business. But I want you to understand that motivation is a temporary high. It is not going to get the job done. Have you ever seen someone that when they're, let's say, motivation is like, I just had this analogy. Motivation is kind of like drunken courage. That's what motivation is like. When some people are drunk, they would do things that they wouldn't normally do when they are in their, let's say, right state of mind. But who they are when they're drunk, they're fearless. They're bold. That's who they are truly, authentically supposed to be. But they do not have the guts to be that person unless they are intoxicated. But that is who they are truly and authentically. They want to speak their mind when they feel like it. They want to speak up when they feel like it. They want to be sociable. But some people cannot be their true authentic self unless they have that extra push. What I'm saying, discipline helps you to operate in authenticity, whether you have the push or not. Whether you have the resources or not, whether you have the friends or the social group or not, whether you have the economic status or not. That's what discipline does. Discipline basically helps you mold you into the authentic person of who you truly are, despite the circumstances around you. And that's why you have to go beyond motivation, those temporary highs, and build discipline that delivers results, that delivers you from a lack mindset, that delivers you from the what ifs and the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. So, but I want you to know that relying on motivation breeds inconsistency. If you have to rely on motivation to get things done, it will breed inconsistency, for the simple fact that you're not always going to be motivated. And I'm going to tell you something. If that's the only thing that you're relying on, some people can motivate you, but if you have too much motivation around you when you need to get things done, it becomes a crutch. That basically makes you a puppet to the person who's motivating you. You said, I can't get this done, and you start to not be held accountable. You don't hold yourself accountable. If you can hold the guy, if you pay your hard-earned money and you go to a restaurant and this guy is giving you some garlic lemon butter for your lobster tail, and it is not you're not lemony enough, I'm not, but and you're gonna say you're gonna hold that guy accountable. You're gonna say that this is your profession, this is what you operate in, and this is what you're supposed to be good at executing. I'm gonna hold you accountable for messing up my order. But I'm gonna tell you something. You need to hold yourself accountable for messing up your life. For not even if some people don't have a bad life, they have a good life, or they have a life, comfortable life. But the thing is, they were not built for mediocrity. You are not built for mediocrity. So you need to develop discipline to get to the next level. It's not going to be easy, but I promise you one thing. Once you start to develop that disciplinary muscle within yourself, it will become like riding a bike. Have you ever heard someone say that, I get up from work every morning at 6 o'clock, and now I've been doing it for so long, now my body has adapted to it where I don't even need an alarm clock. I just automatically wake up. And that's the same way with discipline. See, with discipline rewards you with open doors. Man, this is something, isn't it? Motivation rewards you emotionally, but discipline rewards you with the next level. Open doors that you cannot normally get into, and opportunities that you would normally miss if you did not have the discipline to apply yourself to execute the tasks, the responsibilities, at hand or that you need to make sure that you get into. Let me tell you something. Discipline is a key to where you're trying to go. You want to be free, financially free? Discipline. You want to be have discernment to make sure that you build a friend group that's supportive and that's on the same level, on the same frequency as you, your goals and your mindset. Discipline. You want to make more money, you want to expand your company, you want to make the right hires. Discipline. Discipline shapes your character. Discipline puts you above the pack. Discipline basically molds you into a alpha male, first for your life, a leader. Man, that's crazy, man. To go so deep, but discipline makes you a leader. Discipline makes you a leader. There are so many people that I know, even today, man, dealing with CEOs and dealing with CFOs and C-suite executives, dealing with, all these different type of people, especially here in Manhattan. There are a lot of people that are where they are, but they were not disciplined. These type of people are dangerous. A person that has a position or has a place of authority that hasn't went through the process of disciplining themselves, experiencing and operating in delayed gratification, these people are extremely dangerous. These people are extremely dangerous. These people would do anything to stay where they are without doing the work. They are dangerous individuals. This is not every wealthy person. There are people who I've met in homelessness. There are people I've met in corporate America that have the same mindset. One of them, the version of that person is different just because they have money, they have more options. But the mindset of that person is still in the same state as if they are in a place of what do you call it? Scraggler. You know what I mean? You have the money, you have the position, you have the company, you have the human capital, but your mindset is still in survival mode when it comes to these things. This is not they're not in competition. They're not in competition. They're not looking to scale the business. They are looking for a loophole or easy way out so that they won't have to be held accountable for their lack of growth or their lack of discipline to grow. So I want you to understand that. There's some that relying on motivation. Relying on motivation, it breeds inconsistency, because relying on the feeling of empowerment and support to go into action mode is a no-no. When something comes up and something is at hand, you want to execute. That's the thing. Execute the task at hand. You cannot sit there and wait on a feeling to do what you need to do. You are going to miss out on a lot of good deals. You're going to miss out on a lot of good people. You're going to miss out on a lot of good networking and a lot of good connections that can take you to the next level, because you are waiting on the right time to feel good. This is not a feel good type business. This is not a feel good type lifestyle. Discipline is, if you want to run with the big dogs, you need to be disciplined. Now, I don't mean the monsters. The monsters are the people who are not disciplined. They are the elite scammers. These are people who find ways. They say, man, this is just a mindset. No, there's a way that you can work less and make more money by having that mindset. And then there's another mindset where you can intentionally oppress people and mask it over as if you're giving them help, to make sure that you keep them in a place where they feel like they have no other options. You have brainwashed these people and killed their potential, killed their hope, killed their dreams to work for you by giving them false hope. That's different. Discipline is like a mental blood transfusion. Now I want you to understand that. Now that's something I wrote because it's something I experienced. Like we were just talking about the 6 o'clock thing, waking up consistently at a certain time until your body starts to unconsciously know what time it is. It's time to get up. But it's the same way with discipline. The only thing with discipline, once you go to another level in business, once you go to another level in, let's say, parenthood, I don't care if it's going from raising a child, a toddler, to a preteen, to a teen, to having adult conversations with the older child. What I mean is you start to grow, and that's the same way with discipline. Once you start to grow in business, you will start to meet different people that it will require a different level of discipline to be in the room of these individuals, and to basically have time management, and have the mental capacity, and all these things are built through discipline. Have the strength, the knowledge, the intellect be in these rooms and to rub shoulders with these people. Have some people, and I know it's not what you know, it's who you know, and it's not only who you know, it's who knows you. But what I mean is, it's easy. Is you can get into a room, but your lack of discipline, your lack of competence, cannot keep you there. If you understand what I'm saying, and a lot of that comes through discipline. Learning every day takes discipline. Wanting to grow every day takes discipline. Sharpening your mindset takes discipline. Because if you don't have discipline, your body will do whatever it wants to do whenever it gets ready. You cannot be moved by your emotions or your feelings. But discipline is like a mental blood transfusion. It becomes a part of your DNA, a part of your being, as you consistently do the things that you need to you need to do, and what needs to be done without the feeling of "I got this." You know, you can do the things that need to be done, and when you don't feel like doing them, you don't need the feeling of "I got this." No, it's going to happen for me. You need to now. You do need to talk to yourself in a way that helps to encourage discipline, because you know the world is not going to always talk to you in a way that motivates you. So you need to at least have good inner dialogue between yourself. So that's good. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, even when you don't have the "I got this" type of feeling, that "I got this" type of mentality or emotion running through your blood, your veins, discipline, the discipline that you have developed has become a blood transfusion because you are consistently disciplining yourself. It has become a part of your being, your DNA, and who you are. And it's not just adopted ideology, something that comes and goes. It is a part of who you are, and that is what you're aiming for. Okay, our second talk point is how do we become disciplined? How do we build habits that strengthen the discipline that you already have unconsciously, consciously, and unconsciously. Okay, so the second talk point that I wrote down is how do we become disciplined? And my own answer to that was you have to strengthen. You have to strengthen the discipline that you already have. And what I mean by that, you have to be aware of the conscious and unconscious disciplines that you already operate in. What I mean by that is this: you consistently get up every day and brush your teeth. You have a routine. That is discipline. Do you not know that your daily routine is a sign that you you are eligible candidate to go to the next level of discipline in your life? That means that you can consistently do something whether you want to or not, because it has become a part of your routine, a part of your DNA, a part of who you are. Some people cannot. I know some people that cannot that cannot get up and leave the house without checking the stocks in the morning. They have to have a routine. They get up, they meditate, they check the stocks, they do their morning hygiene workout or whatever. They cannot leave the house unless these things are done. They can, or in an orderly fashion. It has become a part of who they are to their core. Like it has been infused into their DNA. So what I'm basically saying is that if you have the capacity to strategically put together a routine, you, you can go to the next. You are disciplined. You have some form of discipline in your life already. So what I'm saying is, it's so hard to block my time, because I may go to work and I may come home and I may do this, but sometimes life can be, you just unknowingly have things that pop up. I understand that. But what you already have on your schedule can be modified. But you need to have a set schedule of things that you do. Start to develop some discipline. I have a business calendar. Yes, I have a business calendar. These things need to be done every day. I also have a study calendar. These things I need to study every day. I also have a article calendar. Articles that I read pertaining to what I need to indulge in, or things that I need to sharpen up on, and things that I also share with the world on my blog. So I have a calendar that's already produced ahead of time. Now, if something happens, that calendar can be modified, but it's just so that I don't step into the day not knowing what the day holds, or a possibility of what the day holds. It needs to be strategically written down, so you can already have a visual, or a vision. Yeah, visual, but have a vision of what your day will consist of. Will something come up and that day needs to be kind of tweaked or modified or adjusted pertaining to your priorities? Absolutely. But you're not stepping into the day unknowingly. You're not stepping into the day say, whatever today holds, you have control of your life to a certain degree, and that's what we're looking for here. We're looking to take our power back. We're looking to have a certain degree of discipline that helps us to have control over our life. So not to just be blown in the wind any way that any wind that comes, we're blown with it. That's not what we're looking for here. Um, Another way that you could become disciplined is to have develop daily micro habits. That's kind of like what we just discussed. Like I said, you're a candidate. You are a candidate for a disciplined individual. If you just have a daily routine that you do, you already have the capacity to. You already have the capacity to develop discipline. If you have a daily routine, it's already in your blood. It's already pumping. So I want you to know, to go to the next level of your life, you already have a blueprint just by your daily routine. All you need to do is take that blueprint and attach it or apply it to certain things that you want to achieve in your life. So just take that same blueprint and attach it or apply it to that as well. So you have to develop daily micro habits to get the ball rolling. Then consistently add other responsibilities to that system that you have developed to stay disciplined. Create a system. If you already have a system with your daily micro habits that you do every day, but I want you also to know that start to add and stretch your capacity to become more disciplined and go to the next level by adding other responsibilities and incorporating them into that system. Okay, these things are important for success. I have three things that I wrote down as important for success: structure, scheduling, and intentional focus. So remember that structure, structuring your mind mentally. That's a big thing. Your mindset is big. Learn how to structure or to cultivate a mindset that wants more out of life. If you're living below your means or below your purpose, and you're saying, if you're watching TV and you're looking at someone else's life and you're saying that I want that life, or I wish I could have this, or I wish I could have that, the truth is you can have it. Those people are not special. Some people, don't get me wrong, some people have had a head start in life, but whatever anyone else in this life does, you can do it as well. I know some people that haven't got their life started till they're 60 years old, 70 years old, and they're living their best life at such a later time in life. So once again, there are most three important things for success when you are trying to go beyond motivation and building a discipline that delivers. Is structure, scheduling, and an intentional focus on achieving what you've scheduled. You know what I mean? Structure your schedule, and schedule that schedule needs to be focused on intentionally. How about that? Number 3, the mindset shift. Embrace discomfort for long-term growth. We just talked about this. We just talked about this in depth on how to embrace discomfort for long-term growth. Delayed gratification makes the achievements of your life sweeter. 10 times out of 10, an accomplishment lasts longer when you can adopt delayed gratification. So adopt that mindset of being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, because when you do that, when you're striving for something, and I also want you to know, being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, this has to do with developing discipline, which means delays. Disappointments, delays, setbacks, those things develop discipline for you to still get up and still drive as hard as you did the day before when you gave it your all, but you see no result. This is helping you to ingrain this characteristic into your innermost being, into the core of who you truly are. So, we want to go beyond motivation. We want to develop a discipline that truly delivers results. And one way to do that is to find out a structure that works for you, to schedule your life in a way that helps you to achieve goals, to block your time, put your time in put your life into time blocks, until you can get that down. and then also to have an intentional focus towards achieving those goals, not to be distracted. And I want you to know it's all part of the process. So I hope you learned something from this today. We're talking about you as being the core or being the root of your business, and how you can go beyond just being motivated to be a CEO. It has to be in you. You don't have to be in the business. I heard Les Brown say, you don't have to be in the business. The business has to be in you. You don't have to be a part of the dream. The dream has to be in you. And this is an unspoken motivation. This is an unspoken root of or a passion that helps you to become disciplined in difficult times and uncomfortable times. So once again, this is the House of Business Podcast 2.0. It's your host, Caleb Thompson. This is a place where we give the knowledge and tools to execute your dreams and visions. I want you to know, man, that keep pushing, man. Continue to. You're not going to be. I'm not going to be at the level of Bill Gates where I am. It's time to be disciplined where you are, to focus on where you are at your journey. It's okay to admire people, but don't get to a point where you're comparing yourself to people where you become disgusted with your own life. You think of yourself as a failure. You don't know the process that those individuals had to go through. You don't know the process that Patrick Bat David had to go through to get to where he is now. You don't understand the failures, the discipline that needed to be cultivated at that caliber to get where he is. So continue to stick to your journey. Continue to be focused on where you are and to move step by step, day by day, and bettering yourself where you currently are. It's okay to look ahead and look at those other individuals who are just killing it in the game, to be inspired, to be motivated, to admire the things that they're doing. But do not let it affect your heart and who you are, and cause you to become bitter, cause you to become jealous, cause you to become unfocused, cause you to become unmotivated because you feel like that these things aren't going to happen in your life. Some people are far ahead because they've went through the process. You have to do the own thing for your life and your family. So I just want to encourage you to continue to move forward, continue to do what only you can do, and things will get better. Peace.